Hi, this is Jason, and today I'm going to talk about IMEs. So what is an IME? It's an independent medical examination, which is where the defense in a case is allowed to send the injured person to a doctor of their choosing. Now here's the interesting thing about IMEs. They're not really independent as the name would suggest. They're actually defense medical examinations, meaning the defense or the defense attorney, in our case is usually the insurance company, gets to choose the doctor that they send the injured plaintiff to. Now, as you can imagine, there's a financial incentive for the doctors to say that someone is not hurt or to minimize or downplay their injuries. That way, they'll get more and more business from the insurance companies. Now, there's an interesting case out of New York recently where a doctor was performing about 1,500 of these IMEs per year. Now, that's a lot of IME work. What happened was he wasn't taking complete histories from the injured plaintiffs in these cases, and he was oftentimes making false or misleading diagnoses. So the Health Board of New York, that's the body that licenses physicians in New York, said this doctor, his name was Dr. Israel, was prohibited from doing any medical legal work with respect to future IMEs for a period of 3 years. Now here's the really interesting thing about this. Number one, it's fascinating that finally a health board of a state took a stance with respect to these false IMEs. But number two, the question then became, what happens to all these cases where Dr. Israel had already performed the examination? He was already hired by the insurance company, had performed the examination, but the case was still pending. Well, 3 recent trial court decisions said that the defense in those cases, the insurance companies, don't get to name a new independent medical examiner. They're stuck with Dr. Israel, who already performed the exams. So that should make for very interesting cross-examination testimony when the plaintiff lawyers get to ask Dr. Israel about why he was suspended from performing more IMEs in the future. If you have any questions about IMEs or anything else, give me a call.